Okay, guys. So we are live, and I am in the car driving home because I had to drop the dog off for her grooming appointment, and it was like a traffic hell, and it took me at least 20 minutes longer than I expected it to. So basically, I can't read your comments while I'm driving, and I don't have a place to mount my phone. So it's like a whole disaster. What I figured I would do is just drive and we can all chit chat in a little bit. Um, some of my destinations have errors. I'm not sure why, but we can drive. I'll drive and you guys can comment if you want. And when I get home, we'll answer any writing questions that you have. We might just have to start like that first writing part, like way sooner, and maybe make it 20 minutes long so that I can drive home. It's just been a crazy day. If y'all knew that I was, yeah, I'm, hi, Wendy. Sorry you missed the explanation. The appointment to take the dog to the groomer took 20 minutes longer than I expected. And so I'm in the car driving home and not at the writing sprints, but it will be in like 20 minutes. So I'm hoping that the traffic isn't as bad to get home as it was to get out. I totally forgot that it was a Friday and it took forever. Some of you I got to see in person at the first in person writing compelling fiction meetup, and we did a live stream for it. If you missed it, it's still on the channel. It was actually really fun to get to see Wendy and Kathy and Shelly and all kinds of great people at that event, and get to know a lot of you as writers and as people, and have some wine and some snacks. So what I think I will do, because I do need to drive, is give you the very boring view of me driving, while I play some music. If I can do that, I'm not actually sure because I don't know how this works when we're doing this part. So I don't see that. I don't see it as a thing on there. Well, great. That's awesome. I don't see it as a thing on the mobile setting. Yeah, it was a crazy, crazy day. I don't think there's a way to do. Oh, there we go. Brand. There we go. I can put the music on. So I'm going to put music on and let you guys write while I drive home. And I will see you for writing questions in a little bit. Okay, that was an adventure. Obviously, the traffic took way longer than I expected it to, and I apologize. That was just, it was crazy. Every once in a while, those life things happen, and I figured you guys would get it because you've probably all been there.
So I appreciate your patience with me, and I appreciate you guys being here today. So if this is your first time joining us, that's not how they all go, although there are technical difficulties from time to time. Um, I do appreciate you being here. And if you're coming back as a replay, again, apologies for the whole dog groomer thing and that not kind of going right. But that's okay because we're here today and we can write. So if you have anything that you want to work on, let me know in the comments. I'm going to work on that short story that I've been doing. Well, I'm doing another one. I've been doing a series of short stories for a video game. And I've been sharing those on the Circle community and on my platforms. So they've been super fun. And if you want to check it out, go to the Circle community or any of my social media, and you'll see that I posted the first one, and I'll be posting the second one really soon. And now I'm working on the third one. So let's get a little bit of writing done here because that's the goal for this. And then we'll come back and chit chat. Okay, great. Thanks. Okay, there we are. So I worked a little bit on that short story, and I put in, I started beginning it. I had figured it out this morning. I kind of sort of got my theme there. Then as I was writing, it sort of went in a new direction, but I think I'm going to stick with the original direction because it's going to give me a lot more to play with. I don't like to talk about it until I'm done with it, so I'm not going to tell you guys too many details. But part of the creation process for me is discovery. And so I will let the characters talk a little bit and kind of tell me who they are before I start putting them onto paper for sure. And I get to know them, I get to know what they want, what they're looking for, who they are, all of that kind of stuff. Nice job, Wendy, with 360 words. I didn't write that many, that's for sure. I was a little discombobulated from being gone. Let me see what I did. Like 250, I think. So not bad, because I thankfully had a lot of it planned before I started today, like I said. And yes, I am glad to be home safe, both from Indiana and from the groomer. My trip to Indiana was really great. It was so, like I said, it was so awesome to meet everybody. Came home with some kind of cold that has lingered, so you can probably hear it in my voice. It's a little nasally today, but you know, it's, in the scheme of things, it's a very tiny thing. So I also want to mention that the book that we're talking about on our book club on the Circle community is All the Light We Cannot See. I finished it, as you can see, and it's a ginormous book, but it's so beautifully written. I did put up a review on my YouTube channel about it, and also in the Circle community, which if you don't have the link, I will drop that in there. It was just absolutely beautiful. I really, really loved it. And we finished reading The Stranger Inside by Lisa Unger, and that one was really good, but not, for me at least, it wasn't as good as some of her other books. I didn't really fall in love with it. I thought I had figured out a plot twist, and then it didn't end up being a twist, so I was kind of disappointed in that. But I do like All the Light We Cannot See, and it's going to be a Netflix series in November, and so I wanted just to read it and talk about the series and how they differ from it. I did pull up the series and use it, some of the trailer, in my video so that I could kind of see what Netflix is doing with it. And it seems that they're sticking pretty true to the book, which is cool because it's a very cool story. It's set during World War II, and it's the perspective of both a German boy who's a teenager and a French girl during the German occupation of France. And he goes into the German army, the Nazis, sort of against his will, but you understand why he ends up there and what drives him to stay there. And then you also see it from her perspective. So it's a lot like Flags of Our Fathers and was it Heroes of Iwo Jima? The two movies that Clint Eastwood did about World War II and the Iwo Jima bombing. It's just really, really cool to see both perspectives like that. Kingdom of Heaven is another movie that did that with both perspectives, and I really like that because you end up rooting for both sides. You want everybody to work out. And this book, unfortunately, you know, has some like real, true sort of life things that happen in it. There's not 100% happy endings because this was, after all, World War II, when a lot of terrible things happened to a lot of people. And so don't expect to go in there like all like, yeah, everything's perfect at the end, because that's not that book. But otherwise, it is absolutely beautifully written, and I was very impressed with the job that Anthony did on this, and I can see why it won a Pulitzer Prize. It's really, really gorgeous. So let's have another writing sprint, and we will come back in like 10 minutes and chit chat again. So if you have anything else you want to ask me, just drop it in the comments. Okay, so how'd you guys do? Wendy said she did the character sheets for her female main character, and of course it helped even more, helped her know even more about her than she thought she knew. Also did an enneagrams test for her, which was super fun. I've never done those. I've never done the personality test or anything like that for my characters, but that sounds really fun. I'm glad that the character sheets, which are on the Circle community, by the way, if you didn't already get it, the Circle community is free to join. So you just have to create a profile over there, and you can download the master character plan that I created in the videos. In case you missed it, the second video for the character series dropped this week, and it seems to be getting a lot of play, which is really great. I'm excited about that. And here's a link to that video. Great job, Wendy, on 128 words. That video is talking about how to create character-driven plots, which is a nice lead-in to not only the third character video, but our series on plots, which I am working on. And I'm also working on a free ebook for plotting for you guys, so you can just kind of take that and fill in the blanks and do that for your characters. We're going to split plotting up into external and then internal, because I think internal is that one thing that everybody struggles with so much, and it's going to need extra time. But the external is, once you grasp that, you've kind of got it. But it's also key to having a really great book. So look for that video series coming up in a couple weeks probably, because the next character one is dropping next week. And then I'll have the plotting series, and I'm super excited about that. Also, if you are in Georgia, I am speaking at the Moonlight Magnolias conference on Thursday about the brain map technique that I use all the time, and then on Friday about writing a synopsis. So I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of the Jumpstarters in person over there as well. I know that Brenda will be there and some others will be there, and it'll be really fun to chat with all of them in person. So look for that if you're not already a member. I'm not sure how it works to go to the conference, but it should be pretty awesome. And that's cool that Wendy got the same result, 2 different personality tests for her character. That's awesome. I'm glad that all of that helped you really figure out who she was. All right, with that, let's do one more sprint, and then we'll be back again next Friday at 4 o'clock. I swear I will be here. I will not be taking the dog to the groomer. Oh, actually, I won't be here next Friday. I'll be in Georgia next Friday. We'll be here in 2 weeks doing another one. And then hopefully we will settle into a fairly regular schedule. I do have one other trip to Arizona to speak. It seems to be like speaking season for me. I've got, I think, 8 engagements in the next 3 or 4 weeks. So those speeches are also on my Circle community. My entire calendar's up there. So if you guys need to know where I am or what I'm doing or where I'm speaking or some sort of particular topic, you can grab that from here. But let's do one more writing sprint, and then we'll come back for one more little chat. All right, guys, have fun. There we go. That was our fourth. I don't know. I think you guys had four. I had like three. I ended up writing back a long email to a client, so I didn't get to work on my book, my short story. You know, it's part of what happens when you're working during work hours. So, anyways, Wendy, I'm excited to hear that you're working on the character sheets for your main character and your villain too. It really does help to do it for the villain as well, so that you get to know that person really well. I am going to look at my schedule for Friday when I'm in Georgia. I'm pretty sure I can't do a live stream, but I will look. And if I can do one, then I will set it up. Otherwise, I will see you guys in 2 weeks. So what's that, the like 20th, I think. You know, you do that one thing that sets you off your schedule and then you're all messed up. Yes, the 20th. And we'll come back for sure on the 20th. And then I will be gone. I'll be here on the 27th and I'll be gone the 3rd. But then we'll hit a regular rhythm, hopefully, even with the holidays. So it's been really hard for me to fit this in among everything else that I'm doing with speaking and traveling and stuff. And travel just kind of throws everything out the window. So I appreciate everybody's patience today, and I do apologize for the whole thing with the dog and that craziness and how long it took me to get home. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. But thank you for coming today, and thank you for watching. And we will be back on the 20th, and I will see if I can fit one in on the 13th. So thank you guys, and have a great writing week. Bye-bye.